I'm finding here in Brussels considerable scepticism about your insistence repeatedly that no physical infrastructure will be placed on the border in the event of no deal, given Ireland's obligations, particularly under SPS regulations, to have border controls on animal and food movement. Can you say to me a bit more about how you think that's possible, particularly when you've been so dismissive of the proposals from the British to have sort of long distance checks on the border?
Well, I think that's something we're going to have to continue to talk to our partners about and to the European Commission about. If there is a no-deal Brexit at the end of October, Ireland will be under an obligation to protect the single market. It's our single market. Our economy and our jobs are dependent on it. And we'll have to make sure that Ireland doesn't become the back door to the European single market, and we're going to work with the Commission on mechanisms by which we can do that. But the only way that I can see that we can be sure that we avoid a hard border between Northern Ireland and Ireland is through regulatory alignment. And that's why that term was used in the joint report. That's why the British government agreed to that in the joint report back in December 2017, because we all understood at the time that the best and most effective way to avoid the need for infrastructure or checks or controls was through regulatory alignment. And that's still where I think we have to end up.
Taoiseach, just on Brexit again, Donald Tusk, after the EU summit, said that contingency plans for a hard Brexit were discussed as well among EU leaders. Can you give us some more information on that?
That there wasn't a discussion on no deal preparedness. It was literally a one-sentence report from President Juncker to say that there wasn't anything new on top of what's been published in the last couple of weeks by the European Commission, because all that work was done, or the bulk of it was done, before the end of March of the year.
Emilio from Politico. Now we know who both the Conservative leadership candidates are in the race. Both of them, their central Brexit pledges are to rework the backstop. You said, obviously, and everyone said the withdrawal agreement can't be reopened. Do you see any way of changing the political declaration at all that might somehow alter the backstop in a way that maybe could be satisfactory to Parliament? And also, aside from agreeing the Brexit deal in the UK, which looks like it's impossible, how might you say that no deal could be avoided on the 31st of October?
Well, I'm conscious of the fact that notwithstanding their support for Brexit and their strong support for Brexit, both of the two people who are now going forward to the members of the British Conservative Party actually voted for the withdrawal agreement, and they did so only a few weeks ago. And I think that's something worth bearing in mind. Once there's a new Prime Minister in place, look forward to an early meeting. Look forward to hearing what ideas the new British Prime Minister may have as to how we could amend the political declaration. But ultimately, getting something through Parliament is a domestic issue for the UK, and they're going to have to decide whether Parliament is able to ratify any deal or potentially prevent no deal. But that's really up to them.